Newton's Cookbook is one of the greatest features we've ever received in a zombies game ever, allowing players to convert their bad Gobblegums into ultra rares, which are the best in the game, like Perkaholic, Shopping Free, Power Vacuum, etc. And this first debuted in May 2017 in what's now a 10-year-old Call of Duty, Black Ops 3 of course. And we can now fast forward nearly a decade and we're still at a total loss without it in the new games. What's going on, guys? How are you, meatballs? Today we're going to be discussing the hot topic in the zombies community for years, to be honest, Newton's Cookbook, including some things you may have forgotten about it, and additionally, I'm going to lay out a potential new way to go about implementing it into BO6 or even BO7 zombies, since the games are going to probably be somewhat similar and there's rumors about Gobblegums potentially carrying over from Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7, but times have changed and the system probably would have to as well. Prime example of that, we don't get Diviniums anymore, there's no Dr. Monty's factory, so stuff would obviously have to change. Now, Newton's Cookbook was originally announced by Jason Lundell to be coming to Black Ops 4 zombies. Some people may forget this, but due to many issues behind the scenes, like the notorious factions as well, the cookbook just never made it to the game. Now, we were never informed that it wasn't coming either. They literally just deleted the tweet of Lundell's interview, and that was kind of it. No factions, no cookbook, no information. That was it. And that's the closest it's seemingly ever come to coming back. Moving forward, we're now in another Treyarch Zombies game featuring Gobblegums, and it feels out of place to not have a system like Cookbook. Cold War, it made sense. We didn't have any consumables at all. In BO4, it would have been nice. And this game, we have Gobblegums again, a consumable system again that would really feel like we needed it. Some may say, sure, we went without it all of Black Ops 4 zombies and even some of Black Ops 3 zombies for a long time, but it really drastically invigorated the game. Though it came with Zombies Chronicles and all those great maps, and there was a lot of hype at the time, Cookbook influenced people to not be scared to use their Gobblegums, enjoy the gameplay with said Gobblegums, and just have fun. That's it, just have fun playing zombies and using the systems provided. After Cookbook released, there was way less stress about getting Perkaholics, and I'm using Perkaholics as like a scapegoat for ultra or really rare Gobblegums, but just keep that in mind. But people were way less stressed about getting Perkaholics because although they felt nearly impossible to get in Black Ops 3 zombies, kind of as they do in Black Ops 6, I'm not gonna lie, but although they felt impossible in BO3 zombies, we all knew that after Cookbook, we could just trade in our crappier Gobblegums for a Perkaholic at some point in the future when that bundle came into the rotation. Now, comparing this to BO6 zombies, as I said earlier, we have a very similar issue as BO3 zombies. We earn Gobblegums and get barely any exciting gums like Perkaholic, and even when we do get them, we're very scared to actually use them because we don't want to lose them. And this is not really a knock at the way we earn Gobblegums, it just happens to be how it is. Even in BO3 zombies, like I said, you got your Divinium and you spend your Divinium in Dr. Monty's factory, and you got whatever you got, right? It's still the same thing, they just eliminated the factory, and you don't get a lot because they're extremely rare. You don't get a lot of Perkaholics and those gums you really would love to use every single game. It makes sense, but it's annoying to play for so long and so long and so long, and you really don't get the gums you want. And that was the situation in BO3, and now in Black Ops 6, it's literally the same exact thing. Before Cookbook, that is. So what's the answer, and does the ability to directly purchase Gobblegums within Call of Duty now in the shop change anything? To be blunt, yes, the ability to directly purchase a Perkaholic or whatever gum you desire whenever a deal is available in the Call of Duty shop for that gum, it does slightly alter Activision's want to allow a system like Newton's Cookbook to ever come into a modern game like Black Ops 6 Zombies. However, it doesn't mean that it's impossible. In fact, I have a very, very practical solution to make this work. And another quick thing to keep in mind about Black Ops 6 Zombies before I get into this Newton's Cookbook solution for the newer games is that, sure, you could buy your Gobblegums kind of directly, but you can never buy a singular gum. You can only buy packs of gums, and they're pretty expensive. So just keep that in mind. But moving into it, in BO3 Zombies, there were two levels to the way the cookbook worked. As I said, many people, including myself, until I started to prepare this video, literally, forgot that you need 10 distills in order to cook your Gobblegums formula, with a limit on 30 free distills provided to you per day, which is equivalent to 3 conversions. Now, this means that if you collect and save your 30 distills from the previous day, and then use today's free distills after crafting 3 formulas today, you can create a max of 6 Gobblegum conversions on that day for free, providing you have adequate base Gobblegums to convert. On your screen, you can see that I'm converting 4 burned out Gobblegums to 1 Fear in the Headlights in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Admittedly, this isn't the greatest deal you'll ever find, but it does allow us to recall how Cookbook works. In the middle, you can see that the Gobblegums melt down, mix with the distills you're providing, and then give you the resulting Gobblegum. When you run out of distills and try to enact a new formula, a screen pops up explaining that you need distills in order to make your desired conversion. If you have free ones available, you can collect them from there. So like I said, technically you can do 6 Gobblegum conversions in one day, barring the fact you have the Gobblegums available to do it. Practically speaking, every day you get 3 free conversions via distills, and if you have the Gobblegums, you can get the Gobblegum on the right-hand side. Now, the main thing here is if you do not have any distills available, either free or left over or whatever it may be, you also have the option to exchange liquid divinium or COD points for these distills to then be able to make your formulas. Now, this is pivotal, and I'll explain why in just a second, but one last thing I want to add in is that in the top right, if you look right there real quick, you can see your distill count and the timer below it for when the 3 formulas for the day refresh. Really irrelevant to the point of this video, but just in case you never saw the screen before, that's how it works. Now, taking all this in and thinking about how we could practically ever expect to see a system like this in BO7 zombies or even BO6 zombies, we realize that they make money off Gobblegum bundles currently via COD points, and that liquid diviniums don't exist. So, which by the way, side point, diviniums don't have to exist. I'd like to again clarify for like the second or third time this video, this is not a knock on the way we actually earn Gobblegums in this game, because quite frankly, it may even be better than Black Ops 3. It's definitely simpler. This is more so of a knock of how we can accumulate Gobblegums we'll probably never use or rarely use, and can't trade those for better Gobblegums that we do want to use. But yeah, distills are needed for formulas in Black Ops 3 Zombies, and that would presumably carry over to the newer games if they were to bring Cookbook in, because that was the medium in which allowed for a monetary factor to yet again enter the realm of Gobblegums. So not only in Black Ops 3 Zombies were you able to purchase diviniums to then buy Gobblegums, but you can also purchase COD points to then buy distills to convert Gobblegums. So you'd have to assume that it would stay somewhat similar. Now, what I'm proposing is that we don't have a rotating set of Gobblegums, rather just a singular wall of all of them. And we get to pick whichever one we want off this wall, say PERKA, and then have to exchange a set amount of a different type or types of Gobblegum to achieve a fair trade, determined via a rarity number needed to be achieved, all done only if you have the distills to do so. Now, I know this is a little confusing, but it's super simple, and I'll explain all this deeper in just a second, but this would take away any guessing, modernize the cookbook system, and make players happy, and still easily allow Activision to make more money, probably, than before, because most people aren't going to buy Gobblegum packs, but they may buy cheaper packs of distills for maybe $5. And also, it could potentially boost engagement and player numbers in terms of gameplay on top of everything. So to clarify, in my scenario, PERKA is of the highest rarity, so let's just say it's a value of a 6 to kind of understand everything here, because of the fact that it's the highest rarity. And we'll list all the rarities with these values. Let's say a rare Gobblegum is worth 1, epic Gobblegum is worth 2, legendary Gobblegum is worth 3, and ultra is worth 6, and that's any in this category. This means that for getting distills for now, you would have to trade 6 rare gums, or 3 epic gums, or 2 legendary gums, or 1 other ultra gum, or any combination of these gums to get your ultra gum value of 6 for that PERKA conversion that you would pick out of that wall of Gobblegums. This would be awesome because it leaves it down to the player to choose what they want to trade in whenever they want to trade it in, and not only do you now get to choose whatever gum you want on any day, but you can now choose what you want to trade for this gum, and it can be multiple different gums. That's the main point of this. This could go both ways too, meaning you could theoretically trade a PERKA, an ultra gum with a value of a 6, for a rare gum with a value of a 1 like Killjoy to get 6 of those Killjoys. We as players earn our gum, and it would be only fair to be able to better situate them the way we want via these Gobblegum trades in Newton's cookbook. Now, the annoying part of all this is the pivotal part I mentioned earlier, the medium of these trades, and the way in which they will make even more money out of us on gums, distills, just like in BO3 Zombies. They obviously don't have to call it Newton's cookbook, and they don't have to call it distills and this and that, but for the most part, the general premise of the systems will probably remain the same. And again, this is just a way I'm theorizing on how something like this could work. But real quick, if you are enjoying this video, make sure you drop it a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed for more elite COD Zombies content. Quick reminder, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and we have an awesome COD Zombies community in my Discord server as well. All links down below in the description. Moving back into the video, we were talking about distills, right? They very simply can be kept exactly the same as BO3 Zombies if they wanted to. You get 30 distills or 3 free conversions per day, but after that, you must spend COD points in order to get get more distills. I'm not going to sit here and theorize about how much they could cost because I'm scared to even let that thought enter my brain, especially when seeing the Gobblegum pack pricing, but assuming we are permitted 3 free conversions per day, just like in Black Ops 3 Zombies with our free 30 distills every 24 hours, it really should be irrelevant for the vast majority of people how much the conversions cost. It's just a bonus tier. I personally never bought distills once with Diviniums or COD points in BO3, so that just goes to show you. Now, touching on another point I did make earlier, this would blow up player numbers. I sincerely believe that. It just would. People would no longer be scared to use their gums because they'd now know that there's a way to get more, meaning that their playtime value has done something like quadrupled. Even if you play for a shorter period of time and only get a few gums, that would now pave the way to getting more and better gums. There's now always another reason to get on and just grind. People talk about camo grinding, high rounds, Easter eggs. You can literally just go in, shoot zombies and do nothing, earn some gums, and that would still be productive towards getting better gums to do your Easter eggs, your high rounds, and different things like that. This would also influence new people and or non-regulars to come over and play because they know that they can get great gums rather quickly, regardless of what gums they actually earn in-game, so they're more enticed to come and just play and see what happens. Also, more Easter eggs and high rounds would be attempted, and it would just all be great. I really sincerely believe it would be that simple. Now, don't fool yourself. Many of you are probably sitting here saying or thinking that despite everything I said, that they just won't make money on Gobblegum packs anymore if they do this. And this just isn't true because, like I said, you can trade in any Gobblegum. It's not just one specific gum you're trading in, it's any or multiple types of different Gobblegums. And another thing I want to say is just because Newton's Cookbook comes into the game and it's this such a great thing, it doesn't mean everyone's going to use it. One thing I've truthfully come to realize in life is that if there is something for sale, literally anything, including a picture of somebody's bare ass in this sinful world we live in, somebody is going to pay for it. I digress. But keep in mind that money can also be made via distill purchases by Activision. So adding the system is another avenue for them to potentially have people buy COD points, spend their money, leading people to make the decision on whether they want to straight up just buy gums like some of you may be thinking, or also convert them using distills. But it draws them to the COD points. That's the main point. Something many people haven't even considered purchasing. And it could just kind of turn into a vicious cycle, which is kind of what they want, but I won't get into that. And by they, I mean Activision, and I will just really quick in a theoretical situation say that you could buy distills for 10,000 COD points, say that gives you 6 conversions, or say 6 conversions is maybe 700 COD points and you have 300 COD points left over, and you see something in the shop you want, you only have to buy a little bit more COD points, and when you do that, you buy what you want in the shop and you have more COD points left over. You get the gist, and you understand now why I say potential vicious cycle. Anyways, Newton's Cookbook is arguably needed for the future of Call of Duty Zombies, and in this video, I've laid out exactly why it would be great, why it's fair to us as players, and even Activision themselves, how Activision could easily monetize it, meaning no lost money at all. In fact, the opposite would probably occur, and most importantly, how it could practically be implemented into the game or games BO6 or BO7 Zombies. May Jesus bless you. Have a great day. Take care of your meatballs.
I've been wishing for some better days. Could you listen? No one, can you stay?